Hi po, mga kalablis ko dyan sa Pilipinas at sa Canada. Marami pala akong mga lovelies dyan sa Canada at sa iba't ibang party na ng mundo. Kasi meron akong Bahrain, dyan meron akong nasa Middle East. So, magandang araw po sa inyo. Kung gabi man sa inyo, paggabi pa kami. So, how's your day? Ngayon ay nababahala ako dahil nga ang dami ng warships sa South China Sea. Pero binabalita naman sa 20, binabalita naman sa 24 oras meron tayong diyan, ang mga warships ng Australia yata, Japan at saka US nag-practice dyan sa South China Sea. Bahala muna sila ha. Kasi habang naghahanap ako gusto ko kasi talagang, hinahanap ko kasi yung mga video ba na nagsasabi si Bronner na ang Pilipinas ay ready daw sa anything happens. So ibig sabihin, ang Pilipinas ay matapang at tao. Pero dahil sa paghahanap ko, may nakita akong video na ina-upload 11 days ago. 11 days ago meaning about 2 weeks ago. Ang title, ito ay galing sa Grand Line Media. Ewan ko kung taga saan ito, pero English pa ka. So, ang title ng video na ito is, Why is the Philippines Still Poor? Kaya ako napaisip, bakit nga kaya? Pero anyway, dahil sa pag-watch ko ng video na yan, napagtanto, i-excuse nyo talaga ang language ko kasi talaga, mahirap yung, tatlong lingwahe ba ang i-flip ng utak mo. Kaya yan? Kayong mga Tagalog dyan, Tagalog kayo at saka English, alam nyo na kung gaano kahirap ang yung and then English. Ilalo na kung 3-4 ang lingwahe mo. Kaya may pause talaga sa utak. Ako'y Bisayang-Bisaya, i-convert, i-translate ko pa siya sa Tagalog. Di ba? Okay, and then dito puro English. Kaya na itong utak ko na nabuang. Okay, ang title natin is, ang gusto kong pag-usapan is, VP Sara, ikaw pala ang pag-asa ng Pilipinas, ma'am. Nasa iyong mga kamay po ang pag-asa ng bayan. Dahil sa video na ito, na-realize na the only way na ang Pilipinas ay yayaman is through education. Nasa kamay mo, Ma'am VP Sara. Nasa sayo po ang kamay kung saan ang Pilipinas ay may tsansa na magiging richest country in the Southeast Asia. Now, before tayo bakit? Alam naman natin, no? Alam naman natin na. You don't even need to say it. Simulat sa pulpa, yung mama't magulang natin, yung mga tiyahin, mga relatives natin, sinasabihan na talaga tayo na mag-aral ka. Kasi sa Pilipinas, if may natapos ka, dyan ka lang pa maaangat ang buhay mo. Kumbaga, hindi sa business, hindi tayo tinuturuan na mag-business. Hindi tulad sa Amerika. Ang Amerika talaga is very sila sa business, supportive sa business. Kaya maraming nagbi-business ito kahit hindi nakatapos ng college. Kahit walang college, high school lang. Sila dito, they are more in business. Pero Pilipinas, we are more into, ang Pilipino, ang mga magulang natin, pinapaaral talaga tayo, pinapaaral. Kasi alam natin na pag nakatapos, may giginhawa ang buhay. Now, kung ialagay natin yan lahat sa pangkalahatan, alam naman pala natin na ang pag-aaral ang susi sa pagiging we become the richest country in the Southeast Asia. Narinig nyo naman ang aking baby. Anyway, puntahan natin ito si Grand Line Media. I do not own this video, okay? This belongs to the Grand Line Media. No copyright infringement intended. All the videos and images belongs to the respective owner. Okay? Pero hi muna kay Raul, Amik, at saka JR. Okay? Pilipinas, bagsakan ng drugs. Oo nga eh. Now, tingnan nyo ha, anong nangyayari. I-forward ko lang muna siya. Pero, VP Sara, DepEd siya na secretary. Siya actually ang pag-asa natin na aahon ang ating buhay. Dahil, according to this video, this was 11 days ago
You already have a clear understanding of why the Philippines has been poor until now. Believe me, if this nation has good governance with a zero to low rate of corruption, it will become one of the richest countries not only in Asia but in the world.
Ooh.
Every opportunity for wealth exists in the Philippines.
Correct.
From the abundance of natural resources to access to the ocean to a lot of tourist destinations, there are many skilled Filipinos, not only in this country but all over the world. And this country also has many citizens who can speak English. This country almost has the key to becoming a first world country, except for good governance.
Tingnan mo, nasa atin na daw lahat ang criteria, ang ingredients, ingredients, criteria, lahat nasa atin na pala. Ang, tawag yan? Ang requirement to become the richest country in the Southeast Asia or pwede pa pala sa world. Kung, ano ang key? Ano ang key? Ay, meron daw talaga tayo mga resources. Ang pinaka-plus, no, totoo talaga yan. Yung citizens daw natin ay marunong mag-English. At saka, very hardworking tayo. Tingnan mo naman tayo dito sa Amerika. Kami dito sa Amerika, pag Pilipino, they will hire us. Bakit? Kasi, tayo sa trabaho? We put our hearts into it. Kaya marami talaga sila naghahanap ng mga Pilipino. You know? Oh.
But having good governance will remain a dream if the people in this country keep electing corrupt and unworthy politicians. And in order to achieve that, every Filipino should become aware of who is really deserving to serve the country.
Oh.
And the key, well, it is...
Anong sabi? Palagi daw tayong nag-i-elect ng corrupt, oy. Uy, paano nila nalaman? Sabi niya, kung halimbawa, marunong lang daw tayo talagang magtingin sa corrupt na opisyal. O, anong key daw?
Every Filipino should become aware of who is really deserving to serve the country. And the key, well, it is education.
Okay. So, ang key daw para malaman ng Pilipino ang mag-choose ng right leader is through education. So, VP Sara, nasa tama ka palang lugar, ma'am. Nasa tama ka na departamento. Nasa kamay mo, Ma'am Sara, ang hope sa ating bansa na sana po ay uunlad talaga tayo sa paraan ng pag-educate sa mga tao. Uy, bakit ito nawala? Okay, next.
This country is still considered to have a weak education system because Filipino students are still among the world's weakest in math, reading comprehension, and science, according to the global assessment, with the country ranking 77th out of 81 countries and performing worse than the global average in all categories. But not only that, in the Philippines, nearly 20% of Filipino children are not attending school or do not have access to school. And that is one of the big reasons why the majority of Filipinos can be easily fooled by the propaganda of corrupt politicians and political dynasties. And if all Filipinos have access to a good education, They will soon realize that their nation actually needs good leaders, and they will raise their standard in selecting government officials. Well, this matter is not only happening in the Philippines.
So, nakita nyo na ha? 20% ng ating populasyon ay hindi nakapag-aral. Ang laki niyan, 20%. Alam mo yung 20%? 5-6. 5-6. Ano yun? So, ibig sabihin ha, di ba 5-6, mag-utang ka ng 500, ang ibayad mo 600. 20%. Ibig sabihin po, so 100 katao, 20 dyan, walang pag-aaral. 20 dyan. Hindi nakapag-aral dahil either hindi siya maka-access sa education dahil sa mga bulubundukin natin, or dahil hindi sila pinapaaral ng magulang nila kasi mas maganda pag magtrabaho na lang sila. Anong trabaho nila? Mamalimos, magwalis-walis, mag-helper, mga whatever, you know? So, 20% ng malaking-malaki ang 20% po. Anyway, now, ang title ng ano nito is Bakit daw poor ang Pilipinas? Bakit tayo poor?
Asia region. This Asian region consists of 11 countries. Here you can find a country that is considered one of the richest in the world, and that is Singapore.
Okay, Singapore.
In this same region, you can also find countries that are below the poverty line and still labeled as poor countries. And one of these poor countries is the Philippines.
Poor talaga?
The Philippines was richer than Singapore. Though it was still poor way back then, this country had the potential to be one of the richest. And believe me when I say that the Philippines should be as rich a country as Singapore today. But what happened?
What
Why does
happened?
the Philippines remain poor?
Wait.
What are the real reasons why this nation cannot overcome poverty? Why is Singapore rich compared to the Philippines if they had the same potential to begin with?
Alam mo ba na pareho lang pala tayo ng Singapore before?
The exchange
Tingnan
rate
mo, ha?
of this dollar is equivalent. Let's first
Tingnan
talk
mo,
about the
rewind.
flashback of Philippine history.
Konti lang.
You know, there was a time when the Philippine peso was almost equal to the US dollar. As of today, $1 is equivalent to 55 to 56 Philippine pesos. But did you know that almost 60 years ago, around the presidency of Diosdado Macapagal, the exchange rate of peso to dollar was 2-1.
Ooh.
It means that 2 Philippine pesos were equal to $1.
Wow.
How does it matter though? Well, you see, the US dollar is the world currency, meaning this currency
So,
is the
mayaman.
standard when you
$2
want to get the
lang.
true value
I mean,
of every
2
currency
peso,
in the world.
$1.
So, if your
50.
currency is nearly equal to the US dollar,
50%.
during the Marcos
Uy,
regime,
nako,
its
tingnan
value
nyo.
sank from
Tingnan nyo kung kailan lagapak ang pesos.
itself. And that was the Philippine peso way back then. But that was short-lived. During the Marcos regime, its value sank from 2 pesos to 3.7 pesos against the dollar. And since then, the value of the peso has never recovered to its original value.
Ayun. Kumusta si Marcos nyo? Kay Diosdado Macapagal, sa angkan ng Macapagal Arroyo, ang dolyar ay $1, 2 peso. Ibig sabihin na, doble lang. No, ang bilis. Pero nung nag-Marcos na, anong nangyari? Lagapak, naging 3.79 at hindi na bumangon. Now, bakit?
Today, it reached 56 pesos per dollar.
So hindi na talaga nabangon.
Gradually losing its value against the US dollar is a clear indication that this country is not progressing. The way to measure a country's wealth is by its GDP per capita.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na daw talaga tayo, lagapak na tayo. Ibig sabihin daw talaga ay hindi tayo nag-progress. Hindi na tayo nag-progress. So, wala nang chance. So, ngayon, GDP, nag-ano siya sa GDP, alam na natin, hindi man natin alam yan, pero sa kanila na lang yan. Ang ano lang natin is, kinumpara kasi tayo sa Singapore. Anong ibig sabihin, ha? Tingnan mo. Pareho lang kasi tayo ng history ng Singapore. Ang yaman pala talaga ng Singapore.
US dollar is a clear indication that this country is not progressing.
Hindi tayo
The way to
progress.
measure a country's wealth is by its GDP per capita. The higher the GDP per capita, the richer the country.
Okay.
And Singapore is the richest country
Magkano?
not only in Southeast Asia, but in the whole of Asia for having the highest GDP per capita, which is around $91,000. But wait, what is GDP? Well, it is the gross domestic product, or the total cost for all the products and services that a country spent for a whole year. And when we say GDP per capita, we are talking about per person.
Per person.
The total amount of a country's GDP was divided by the total population. of
Okay,
that
so per
specific
person.
country. So, in other words, in Singapore, on average, every person living there spends $91,000 every year.
Wow. So Singapore, every one person spent $91,000. $91,000 per person in Singapore. 1 year. Yan daw ang magastos. Pero ibig sabihin yan, hindi naman talaga yan. Kasi may mga poor din naman doon, no? Or hindi. Ibig lang sabihin doon, per average. Ibig sabihin, kung taga Singapore ako, ibig sabihin, kung hindi ako nakaabot ng 91,000 a year na gastos, meaning ginastos ko, kung ako'y naka 50 lang, pero ang iba kasi mayaman, they spent more than 91,000. Nag 1 million sila, whatever. Pero kung i-average mo yan, ang per one person sa Singapore is $91,000. Magkano kaya sa Pilipinas? Tadadang, tadang! Mag-bet kayo Magkano kaya per person sa Pilipinas?
Of course, I'm not saying that every Singaporean actually spends that kind of money every year. Most of them do not. But some of them actually spend way more than that. So on average, the GDP
Hi,
per
Nestor.
capita of Singapore is so high.
Yes.
And if we think about it, the reasons that they have that high GDP per capita are that they have the best economy, and at the same time, they have a small
Okay
population.
na, punta tayo sa
So
Pilipinas.
let's compare the Philippines to its neighboring countries. Compared to Singapore's $91,000. Okay, I guess
Magkano sa
Singapore is
Pilipinas?
too much to use as a comparison. So let's compare the Philippines to its neighboring countries. Indonesia has $5,051 GDP per capita, while Thailand has
Pilipinas
$17. It is way too low.
Pilipinas
Impressive,
is-
right? But what about the Philippines? Well, the GDP per capita of this country is only around $4,017.
So, Pilipinas. Kung ang Singapore ay 91,000 ang magastos nila every year per person, ang Pilipinas per person is 4,000 a year. Ibig sabihin, ang ginastos lang natin isang tao is 4,000 a year. Ibig sabihin, wala tayong pera. Ibig sabihin, pobre po tayo. Now, sabihin nila na, Singapore, mayaman kasi yan. Dito tayo, kaya siya, pinuntahan niya ang ibang country.
These three countries are all almost the same.
Almost the
Their
same, ha?
economy relies on their natural resources.
Tayo pa rin ang
Their geographies
pinaka-poor.
are almost the same, since they all have the same access to the ocean.
O, pareho tayo
Why
niyan.
is the Philippines left behind?
Uh-huh.
Why is it that, even with the abundance of natural resources, the Philippines still poor after so many years? Now, to help us understand more about the situation in the Philippines,
Abundant daw
let's
tayo
again
sa
compare it to
resources.
Singapore. The Philippines and Singapore are both victims of colonialism.
Okay.
Both
Ito,
countries suffered a lot from
nag-ano siya ha? Kinumpara lang niya na pareho tayo na nadaanan sa Singapore. Pareho tayo na kinukolonize. Pareho tayo na mga lagapak. Pero, saan nadali ang
Meaning both
Pilipinas?
Singapore and the Philippines started from the lowest poverty line. Both countries strive to progress. And of course, both countries want to progress.
Yes.
But the problem is that they got different results.
Bakit?
Why though? Well, the quick answer is the bad governance, corruption, and political dynasties that have dominated the Philippines for many years.
There you go.
You see, right after they gained independence,
Okay, look at Singapore,
got
ha?
its own leader, which was from their own people, and that was Lee Kuan Yew. The Philippines also got their own president after independence, and that was Manuel Rojas. By the way, Emilio Aguinaldo was the first president of the Philippines.
Pero bakit?
Manuel Rojas was the first president after the Philippines became independent.
Okay.
Anyway, From the very beginning, Singapore was fortunate to have its first genuine leader to serve its people and nation. Well, of course, I'm not saying that Manuel Rojas was not a good leader, but he and other presidents of the Philippines failed to accomplish as much as Lee Kuan Yew had accomplished.
Ano yun?
I'm talking about destroying the corruption. The first thing that Lee Kuan
Okay,
Yew
look.
did was to make sure that there would be no corruption in his administration. He definitely made sure that every public servant of the country, from the lowest to the highest position, was not corrupt. But then again, the corruption rate was not zero in Singapore during his term, but it was very low, not only in the Asia, but in all countries in the world.
Ooh.
What he did was he founded the CPIB, or the Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau.
Wow.
And the sole purpose of this agency is to fight corruption.
Okay.
And it was really effective. They combated corruption.
O, ano nangyari sa Pilipinas?
In 2020, the second key to Singapore's success, good educational
Oh,
background,
look.
a clean life record, can become
Okay.
the public servant who
So,
cannot run.
first ha, sa Singapore ha, swerte lang siguro sila dahil ang first nila na leader is yun, anong pangalan? Wan Yu. Nagtayo siya agad na Corruption Practices Investigation Bureau, CPIB. Kasi ayaw talaga niya ng corruption. Now, again, hindi zero corruption ha sa term niya ha. Meron. Pero, siya ang country na pinaka-lowest corruption among the entire world. Now, saan pa din siya naglamang? Hindi lang sa corruption, kundi sa election of leaders. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-elect na no read and write. Anong ang ginawa nila no sa election nila no is
The candidacy as a government official if your background is not excellent. Only those people with a good educational background and a clean life record can become the public servants of Singapore.
yeah.
But again, in the Philippines, anyone can run from the lowest to the highest position in their government. Well, it was just quite normal though. For a democratic
Look
country,
at how
right?
Philippines
Anyone
work.
can have the right to become the leader of the country. But that is the main issue here. Because the Philippines has no meritocratic system.
Merit.
Anyone can run for a spot in the government. Even those people who do not finish their education can run. Even if you don't have credibility, you can run. Even if you already have a record of corruption, you can still run. Well, it is not actually a problem if you think about it, as long as the Filipinos do not vote for them and only vote for those candidates who are actually
Yeah.
capable. Then
Ang
it is
problema,
not a problem if they run. But that is another main root of the Philippines' poverty, because the majority of Filipinos keep voting for unworthy public servants.
All right, so what are you saying? That we're wrong? Oh, everybody's wrong.
Don't
If-
know how to identify worthy candidates, but sadly, the majority are not. You see, based on the historical election data in the Philippines, the candidate who is a well-known celebrity has the highest success rate in winning the election because the majority of people in this country keep voting for candidates who are famous instead of those who are actually deserving because of their excellent educational background. In
Okay.
other words, the majority...
Okay? So, alam nyo na. Ano ang reason? Bakit tayo poor? So, may pag-asa pa ba ang Pilipinas? Yes. Ano? Bakit tayo poor? First, corruption. Second is you. We na lang, we. We keep on voting the same people, the same name sa dynasty na walang merito. Anong merito? Walang credentials. Yun nga sabi ninyo, di ba? Kayo na nagsabi dyan na ang pag-apply alone sa Jollibee, uy, wag ka dyan, kaya nag-apply ako sa Jollibee. Nung nag-apply ako ng Jollibee, hindi ako tinanggap kasi high school graduate lang daw ako. Dapat college level. So, hindi ako natanggap sa Jollibee. Mag-apply ako sa nung college na ako, nag-apply ako ng sales lady sa Gaisano, whatever, SM. Hindi ako natanggap kasi hindi ako graduate. Ngayon, presidente nyo, anyway, sabi naman niya, wala namang problema yan kasi ang mga tao, hindi naman siya mag-vote dyan kasi hindi sila kilala. Yun nga ang problema. Ang tao, binoboto palagi ang tao na kilala. Basta artista ka, kahit wala kang natapos, yun. Yan ang nakadeferensya sa Singapore. Sa Singapore, hindi ka pwedeng mag-run kung wala kang credentials. So, in short, doon pa lang, dali na tayo. Kasi tayo, everyone can run. Yeah, kung walang... Now, ang pinaka-problema is, again, go back, corruption. Bigyan ka ng pera, vote ka. Oh, be, ano na tayo, be? Diretsahan na tayo, be. Magkanong binigay ni PBBM? Kasi alam mo, ang buong pamilya ko, BBM. Kasi malaki ang bigay ni BBM. Di ba? Honest to goodness, be. Kayo dyan nanap sa Pilipinas. Honest to goodness. Bakit hindi nanalo si Isko? Kasi walang pera si Isko. Ang daming bilib kay Isko. Ang daming nakikita na si Isko ay makatrabaho in just 3 years. Nakapatayo siya ng ilang condominium. Nakapatayo siya ng maraming natrabaho si Isko. Pero hindi siya nanalo. Walang pera. Oh, PBBM, anak ng diktador. May problema sa Supreme Court kasi hindi pa niya binigay yung mga ari-arian nila. Bisag kahit meron pang mga Korte Suprema na. Wala. Kasi, magkanong bigay? Malaki kaya? 1,000 plus? 5,000 plus? Oh, Isko, walang pera. Hindi talaga makaano. Oh, tingnan mo si Pacquiao. Siya patuloy ang third yata. Kasi I think ang first si Marcos, second si Leni, third si Pacquiao. Isko, nangamuti si Isko. At least si Pacquiao magbigay man ng pera, 'di ba? Oh, 'di ba? So tingnan niyo ha. Andin ngayon, tingnan natin. Ano pang sabi niya? Basta tayo daw mag-keep on voting.
You will be surprised if I tell you that in some parts or provinces of the Philippines, only one clan has been governing the land for decades.
Yep.
But what if I told you that that was not the longest political dynasty ever recorded in this country?
Yep.
Well, in La Union, Philippines, there is a political clan that is believed to have had the longest political dynasty for over a century.
Who?
Oh, that was too many years of service, right?
La
This
Union?
clan
Di ko
should
kilala
already
yan
have
ah.
made their own kingdom. Speaking of kingdoms, these clans in every political dynasty are already insanely rich people in the Philippines. So it is not surprising that if you rank the richest people in this nation, most of them are from the political dynasty. I think you already have a clear understanding of why the Philippines has been poor until now. Believe me, if this nation has good governance with a 0 to low rate of corruption, it will become one of the richest countries not only in Asia,
Yep.
but in the world.
Yep.
Every opportunity for wealth exists in the Philippines. From the abundance of natural resources
Tingnan
to
mo,
access
meron
to
na
the
tayo
ocean,
niyan.
to a lot of tourist destinations.
Meron tayo
There are
niyan.
many skilled Filipinos, not only in this country, but all over the world. And this country also has many citizens who can speak English. This country almost has the key to becoming a first world country, except for good governance. But having good governance will remain a dream if the people in this country keep electing corrupt and unworthy politicians. And in order to achieve that, every Filipino should become aware of who is really deserving to serve the
Yep.
country. And the key, well, it is education.
Yes.
This country is still considered to have
Education.
education.
Okay na. So, Ma'am VP Sara, ikaw ang pag-asa ng ating bayan, ma'am. Ikaw po ang pag-asa ng ating bayan. Yang mga nagpa-BBM dyan, napakakapal ng mukha nyo. Sabihin nyo, hindi ka nakatanggap, ang kapal ng mukha nyo. Magkano nakuha nyo? Magkano natanggap nyo kay PBBM? Wag na kayong wag na kayong liars. Pareho kayo ng amo nyo, mga liars. Kayo, hindi kayo nakatanggap? Iano mo na ang, lokohin mo ang lelang mo. Ano yung lelang? Hindi ko nga kilala si lelang eh. Ganito na lang, lokohin mo ang puwet mo. Kayo, hindi nakatanggap? Wag ka dyan. Wag ka. mukha nyo, pera. Mas maganda pa nga ang puwet mo. Anyway, ngayon po, nakikita natin na ang Pilipinas po ay may tsansa pala talaga. Tayo po actually ang pinaka-poor na ngayon sa Southeast Asia. Naunahan tayo ng Vietnam, naunahan na tayo ng Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, nag-bankruptcy yan last year or 2 years ago. Ngayon, tumataas na sila sa opportunities, sa opportunity index. Ang Pilipinas, second to the last. Cambodia ang last. Meaning, wala masyadong oportunidad dito. Bakit? Ang tao, ang mga investors, hindi mag-invest sa Pilipinas. Kahit pa, kaya nga hindi ko naintindihan si PBBM. PBBM, you need to stay in the Philippines. Bakit? Mas mahal pa ang nagastos mo sa pagbiyahe mo kaysa napasok mo sa bansa. Paano ko ba yan i-explain? Mas mahal pa ang gastos, ang expenses nyo paalis-alis kaysa pumapasok. And then yung pumapasok, sabi mo, they are pledges. Pwede po ba ilagay nyo sa PCO, Presidential Communication Office, ang mga na-actualize na mga investments dahil sa paglabas-labas mo? Hindi dahil nag-continue ka lang kay Tatay Digong. Yung mga natapos dyan, ang iba dyan kay Tatay Digong pa, noon pa, natapos na ngayon. Ikaw, PBBM, maglista ka nga doon kung ano ang mga investors na na-realize na galing sa paglabas mo ng bansa. Itali natin. At itali din natin ang magkano ang nagastos mo. Hindi yan equal, of course. I'm sure, mas malaki pa ang gastos ng pag-alis-alis nyo kaysa na pumapasok sa Pilipinas. Yan ang totoo dyan. Uy, thank you, Nestor, ha? Correct. Sabihin mo nga yan. Yan, babaeng yan. Hindi ako maniwala na hindi yan nakatanggap ng pera. Ang kakapal moks. Anyway, may pag-asa po tayo. According to sino nga ito? Again, this video does not belong to me. It belongs to Grand Line Media. Why is the Philippines still poor? The hard truth. Pero, may pag-asa. Ang pag-asa po natin, the key, sabi nga niya, the key is education. Sino ang nakaupo ngayon sa education? Si VP Sara. VP Sara, tulungan mo po kami. Ikaw na lang po ang pag-asa namin. Si PBBM po, wala na po talagang iniisip yan sa Pilipino, kundi ang ipagyabang niya sa buong bansa na kayang-kaya niya ang China. Kaya lang, ang problema nga lang dyan, ngayon, tingnan mo ngayon ha, ang laman ng mga balita, warships ng Australia, Japan, US, whatever, nagbalikatan whatever sila dyan, or nagpractice sila dyan sa South China Sea. Alam mo, that is actually serious now. Ibig sabihin, isang command ni PBBM sa ating uniform personnel. Isang command na magsasabi na girahin mo na ang China. Ibig sabihin, kawawa ang mga Pilipino po natin dyan. So, kayo dyan na may mga 18 and above na mga lalaki, I think, malalaki talaga ang first na ano niyan, na kung nakikita nyo kasi po, please watch Ukraine. Sa first days na nag-declare sila ng war, nag-declare ang Russia ng war, and then ang Ukraine, hindi talaga sila hindi sila susuko. Do you know what they did? Lahat ng men, as long as they are able, hindi sila disabled, remains. So, anong ginagawa nila? Lahat ng mga asawa, mga babae, mga anak, yun, pinaalis na nila, nagbus. And then, lahat ng lalaki na 18 and above, or able to fight, stays. Wala, hindi ka kasi hindi ka pasakayin sa bus. Yan po ang mangyayari sa Pilipinas. Ang nakaganda ng Pilipinas ay at least archipelago tayo, isla-isla. So, ang maganda sa atin is isla-isla. Kung ito, girahin ito, saan ba ang mga base militar dyan sa Pilipinas? Most likely, yung mga nasa base militar kayo, alis na lang talaga kayo. Alam mo, ngayon, mag-prepare na lang kaya kayo, magpunta na, mag-start na kayo, be friendly. May Facebook naman. May Facebook, mag-start na kayo mag-chat-chat. Now, ngayon, this time, not in US, not sa Amerika, kundi mag-chat-chat na kayo niyan sa isig ka next nyo next nyo na island. O halimbawa, kami naman Cebu. So, I'm pretty sure, aywan ko kung may base ba sa Cebu. Wala talaga siguro, no? O punta na kayo sa Cebu. Punta kayo Cebu. Punta kayo sa Bohol. Punta kayo sa Davao. Nakaano lang ba? Kasi, alam mo, hindi yan biro actually. Kung ang presidente nyo bangag talaga. What if, sa isang gabi na nag-session sila, naisip lang niya, magdeklara na tayo ng gera, ready na tayo kasi nandyan na ang mga warships. Anong maano nyo? I am praying and hoping na sana hindi aabot sa ganyan. Sana po, ang nakikita ko talaga na ano dyan, sana po maalis lang talaga si PBBM sa pwesto. Saka pa, before siya maghasik ng lagim. Anyway, yan lang po ako VP Sara, DepEd ang Pag-asa ng Pilipinas. Magpapasalamat po talaga ako sa mga tao na nakasubaybay sa akin ngayon, lalong-lalo na kay Nestor. Thank you sir sa pagiging member natin. JR, thank you po. Bro ka ba ni Iko. May nanood ako, Tay Amik na important, may goal daw. Ano yan? Tay Amik? And then, si Mi, paano na lang lahat ng region makaka-base militar? Na yan ang problema natin. O, Pinoy Farmer. Ako, naghanda na, mag-era. Yun nga, ito nga si Pinoy Farmer. Makinig kayo ni Pinoy Farmer, ha? Ako, maghanda na, mag-era. Bundok lang kami. Punta nga siya sa bundok na balanghoy, kamuti, mais, at fish pond. Meron na siya. Kayo daan. And then, Amik TV 45 UK. Oy, hi po. JR Santos, paano tayo maka-attract warship na kabalandar sa karagatan natin? Correct. Hi, Noy. Once na ang military nakikinig pa rin kay Marcos Jr., wala na, diretso na talaga 2034 silang maghari. Ay, you know what? Ito ang comment ni Noy, ha? Totoo kaya yan. Ang problema po natin is this. Si PBBM po ay suportado ng US. Di ba ang topic natin ngayon, corruption? Bakit tayo hindi mag-progress? Dahil talaga po corrupt talaga, majority po talaga maraming corruption sa Pilipinas. Ang problema ngayon, dahil ang US nagsuporta kay PBBM, alam mo ba bakit hindi tayo sinakop ng US? Sinakop tayo, pero bakit hindi nila tayo binigyan ng citizenship? Bakit hindi nila tayo ginawang states nila? Kasi, what for? Alam naman nila na ang Pilipinas ay mababayaran. Kaya bakit pa nila gawin itong United States? Kung ang Pilipinas, maganda yung may Pilipinas dyan kasi on the first place, mababayaran naman ang mga official dyan eh. So yan talaga, yan ang problema. Hi Cesa. So yan, totoo talaga yan. Pag hindi sila makinig, ang military natin, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Kasi the moment magyera, martial law. It's really martial law. Nasa constitution yan. You can declare martial law. Two things only makadeclare si Marcos ng martial law. First, kung may insurgencies. Kaya nga si Tatay Digong nag-declare ng martial law. Tatay Digong actually declared martial law. Pero hindi sa buong Pilipinas. Ang diniklara lang niya yung Marawi kasi nag-war. Ngayon, sa tingin nyo, si Marcos mag-declare ng martial law sa mga bases lang. Do you think na mag-declare siya ng martial law doon lang sa mga kung saan may bases? I'm pretty sure mag-declare siya sa buong bansa. At totoo yan. Dire-diretso na yan, Noy. Tama ka dyan, Noy. Tuloy-tuloy na yan. Sabi mo, 2034? Hindi pa. Tuloy-tuloy na yan habang buhay. JR, yung 1 meter na pabahay goal lang daw yan. Kay Tay, so okay lang kung hindi daw yan matupad. OMG. Sabi ni Mi, gera talaga yan para tuloy-tuloy ang paghawak sa gobyerno. Totoo yan. Oh, pang 91 out of 130 tayo na less attractive sa mga foreign investor, meaning walang saysay ang pag-travel. Wala talaga. Sir, ang iniisip ko nga yan, baka hindi talaga yan nag-travel. I tell you, nag-travel yan doon para maghanap ng kung saan niya ilagay ang pera niya. Nag-travel si PBBM dahil actually si PBBM ang mag-invest. So, si PBBM ang mag-invest ng pera niya. Hindi siya ang maghanap ng investment. Diba? Ay, naku, nandiyan na naman ang meron tayong meron tayong, anong tawag yan? Kuting. Si Kuting. Mga kuting, mga kakakuting niya. Diba? And then, hi Mario, and then hi Raul. Pilipinas nga, bagsakan ng droga, 'di ba? Yan lang ako. At saka na maraming salamat sa mga tao na nagstay sa akin. Maraming salamat po. At saka maraming salamat mga trolls. Huy mga trolls, paki-share naman, paki-like. And then, I love you. Peace lang, naintindihan ko naman, matindi ang pangangailangan nyo. I understand. So, nakita ko naman yan. Diba? Diba, Pinoy Farmer? O ano pang pwede mo ma-share sa kanila? Gumawa ng mga offshore account tulad ng Tatay Marcos nila. Correct! Ay, naku, sabi ko nga sa iyo, yung pag-travel niya, hindi ako naniniwala yan na siya actually naghanap ng investment. Siya ang naghanap ng investor para sa Pilipinas. Sabihin mo, siya para sa Marcos. Anyway. Chika lang tayo. Chika tayo later ha, kasi paggabi man dito. Chika tayo morning. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat po. And then, God first tayo all the time. And then, love your neighbors. Kahit trolls sila. Love them pa rin kasi Pilipino pa rin sila. At saka love your country. Pero love yourself. Diba? Uy,